Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the O's Talk. My name is Zetron, and we're joined with Deadbeat as always, and today we're going to be interviewing Kyonko, and I know now some of you might know her from our previous episodes, and she's kind of one of our first question askers, and she's also helps take care of all the stuff every day that we do, getting the questions lined up and everything, but we're going to have WinRAR do that for us today while we interview her. So, how you doing, Kyonko?
I'm relevant. Hi, I'm getting the game today.
Are you a little bit nervous?
I am, but I'm like pushing it out in like that fearful loudness.
Well, there you go.
Do I sound okay? I didn't sound test before.
You sound fine.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll bring you, not to bore you, seeing as you've been through these all the time, but you should probably know the first couple questions that are actually going to come at you.
The first one is going to be, how do I find Osu? Can I get really nitpicky on this? Because this is something I can get like really into.
Well, as long as you kind of leave it to a reasonable time frame, I don't see why not. Go ahead.
So the first time I actually found out about Osu was back in 2008 when I saw somebody playing the really old, really bad map for Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny, but considering the person playing it was really bad, I didn't really find much interest in the game at the time. But then later, in 2010, it's been like 4.5 years since that happened, I was searching for MMD World Cup 5 Toho Bad Apple PVs.
Oh.
Very specific search. I was trying to find the Bad Apple PVs that were done for the Toho MMD 5th World Cup on Nico Nico Doga. And I clicked on the one, and it kept giving me recommended videos. There was probably about 3 of them in the recommended for Ephemerals. Was it Ephemeral that mapped the one version of Bad Apple?
The really bad version of Bad Apple?
The one with the black and white circles.
Yeah, that was the really bad version of Bad Apple.
It gave me 3 recommendations to Ephemeral's version of Bad Apple. So then I saw it. I was like, hey, I've seen this game before. So then I didn't know. The good thing in the description of the video was actually a link to the website, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have found it. So I found it, I made an account, and I installed the game, and that was that. I've been online like every day since then.
Yeah, so
aside from when I go on vacation and go party at conventions, but that's another story.
So basically it was Tuhu that brought you to OS, and it was Bad Apple, which, to be quite honest, that brought a lot of people in. That was one. But I
didn't just search Bad Apple. I was searching for the MMD World Cup 5 Bad Apple PVs.
Well, yeah, this is true, but like the thing of the matter is like Bad Apple is such a highly searched term.
I had seen it before. Like I saw Uzi beforehand though with the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny map.
Ah.
I said that.
Yeah, I understand that, but
open your ears.
My ears are open. It's just the thing of the matter is regardless of what you say, technically Bad Apple, and not even the good one, the bad one, is what brought you here.
It's because also the description was like insane play.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I guess I should clear that up real fast. We love opinions here at the O's Talk, everybody. So don't take them too, like, just because I say that map is bad. If you enjoy it, that is your own prerogative, you know.
Is it bad that I'm getting like really into like speaking?
No.
Or is that bad? Do you need me to calm down? Do you need me to simmer down a bit?
No, you are fine.
Okay, because I'm excited and I'm letting my like nervousness out, like so.
All right. So. All right, Deadbeat, if you'd like to move on with the next one, I'm going to make you be a part of this. You're sitting over there in that corner being Mr. Quiet. How about you go ahead and ask the second question there for us?
I was actually just enjoying the answers there. That was quite in-depth. It's not very often we have someone search something so specific.
Yeah,
and they get something slightly different.
Because the thing is, when I had searched like for the regular Bad Apple video, it had never come up. It wasn't until I made the really specific search for those PVs for the specific MMD World Cup, because those were the ones that were being voted on at the time, and people were uploading them to YouTube, it wasn't till I got into the really specific search that something came up for it. Beforehand, nothing had come up with Osu.
Thank you, base YouTube.
Yeah, buddy. Alright,
Anyway,
let's move on.
Would you consider yourself to be part of the older player base, as you have been around for some time now?
AR8 is still my favorite approach rate, so I think we can safely say yes on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could safely say yes. AR, anything that isn't 9 or 10 and you enjoy it, you could say that, hey, I was with the old crowd.
Personally, though, if you want to know a good AR8 map, if you existed back in the old days with the old fags, back in my day, score rank, if you existed at this time, you probably know a map by _lollipop that's Dark Phoenix Stirring an Autumn Moon, or Stirring of an Autumn Moon. If you look for that map, it's either Lunatic Moon or Crazy Moon, whichever one is the hardest difficulty. It's not necessarily super hard, but with the approach rate of it, it just flows really nice. Like, anything faster would have probably, well, considering the time, if AR 9 and 10 were really the thing, but considering also just the way the map, it flows so nicely. I love the AR8, like the streaming AR8 maps. They just flow.
No,
but yeah,
true.
I do consider myself part of the older players, considering when I first played, which was in 2010, you know, all we had was like, you either had the really bad stuff from 2007 and 2008, and then you had not all of it was bad, but you still like. But then you had like the 2009 maps with like, it seems like a lot of the stuff from 2009 was like really tiny circles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, small circles. Woo!
Yeah, I like circle size 7, guys. No, I know I don't.
Everybody likes Agony.
Oh yeah.
I remember when like the hardest maps at the time were considered to be, I think, Emerald Sword and Agony.
Sermonelli played Agony with Hard Rock on it, and it looked really, really hilarious.
All those circle sizes are ridiculously
Didn't it still have like
tiny.
a really slow approach rate though?
Yeah, it was just like uber tiny.
Yeah, but I remember when Agony and Emerald Sword, and I think that one Ronald McDonald map that Riken did.
Oh yeah.
Those were considered like the hardest maps at the time.
Yeah, they were pretty nuts. The sad thing about the Ronald McDonald one is it wasn't even really that hard. It was the fact that it was like off-timed. But
yeah, it was.
It was still considered timed close enough by the old standards, so we were just kind of like, oh yeah,
whatever.
Right.
It's like, whatever. Because there's a lot of old maps. The thing is, especially if I know the song, because in that Ronald McDonald map, I know, because if you knew me back in the old days, you would know how much into Toho I am. But I know Flandre's theme so well, when I'd play it, I'm like, this is off time! No, get this away. Even though the map's like a legend.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy back in the day. But speaking of maps and playing and doing all that, so when you played competitively, and there was quite a big time where you were doing that, just
12 hours a day.
On around about a week, how many hours a week do you think you would say you logged? And
over 40.
Over
At
40?
least over 40.
So you were
clocking
clocking
in. Because
those...
Osu was all I played.
Yeah,
I was putting in a full works week worth of circle clicking.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So you just basically signed up for the full-time OS job position that you made up yourself and was like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, pretty much, because I didn't really play anything else at the time, so why not? Yeah,
and do you ever feel like, looking back on that now that you've put so much time into it like that, do you ever look back and go like, why? Why did I put that much time into this game?
Sometimes I do, but considering the outcome was me getting to rank 69 performance, top 30 score at my highest, I don't regret it. I do, for being like, why didn't I play other stuff? But at the same time, because also, I remember before, like, one time you said you wanted to call me on Skype, and I completely blew you off and said no, I was playing Osu.
Yeah.
And I did that to a lot of people. I regret not talking to some people. Sometimes I feel like it kept me away from, like, ripping some other people apart.
Well, that's not actually usually a bad thing.
It has its pros and cons.
Dismembering people's never a good thing.
But people die when they are killed.
Yeah, this is very true.
I think we can all agree on that. One.
That is a rule of life. People die when they are killed.
Shiro didn't die from Fate Stay Night when he was killed.
Okay, that's anime. It doesn't matter. Oh, man. Anyways, okay. So, with the full-time work week, that would be a lot of stress on, like, hardware. So, what kind of hardware did you start out using? When you,
what do you mean by hardware? Like
hardware.
keyboard?
Like mouse, keyboard,
okay.
monitor,
Let's go all the way
Tower.
back to the beginning. Let's go all the way back to the beginning.
Oh,
all the
boy.
way back. I used to play on a laptop, and I had a wireless mouse. That was like 2 weeks after I started OSU, and I finally got myself a mouse. So then I was also, sorry if you could hear like a clicking noise, because I'm talking a lot. My lip piercings are hitting against my, like the bottom of my teeth. So can you hear the clicking?
I don't think anybody can hear the clicking, but now
maybe it's
they
because
kinda
it's
wish they
inside
could.
of my head. Now you just want to listen for the clicking. But I used to have a wireless mouse and a laptop, and laptop keys are really hard to stream on because they're flat. And then I got, like, it wasn't until the beginning of 2012 that I got myself a gaming PC that was actually pretty good. But then when I got that, I have a 2012 Black Widow Razer Black Widow Ultimate, which is the blue switches, so it's really loud, but I like blue switches. And then I have like a half-screen Wacom Bamboo tablet. It's not the old square ones. It's still like a resolution. Well,
it still has a 4:3 resolution, not a 16:9 aspect ratio.
You've seen it. It's the not the old Wacom Bamboos, but the one that like a bunch of people had because
it's
it
the
was
second
cheap.
generation.
Yeah, the one that a bunch of people had because it was cheap and it still fit like the widescreen.
Yeah.
That one. I don't know the model number. It's duct taped to my desk. I can't exactly pick it up and flip it over.
Dang. Mine. I used to have one of the old rectangle ones, but yeah, and now, as people probably talked to you beforehand, I know you don't play OSAs actively anymore, but when you've been consistently upgrading your computer, though.
Oh, yeah, I do. I mean, I have, like, the ultimate Skullgirls machine over here.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably...
bloody Skullgirls!
I would say it's
Deadbeat,
probably a little bit...
You better be 1v1 me in Skullgirls. I will kick your ass with Eliza.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But no, anyways, I'm almost positive your computer's way stronger than just a Skullgirls machine. But
I forget the exact model of my motherboard, but obviously that's pretty okay. I have a Radeon 7770 graphics card with Sapphire brand cooling. I have 16 gigs of Kingston HyperX Beast RAM because that was actually cheaper than regular RAM was.
Yeah.
Then I have a FX Series 8-core AMD processor. I have a 2 terabyte WD Black hard drive now, and I have a 700 watt Corsair non-modular power supply.
Yep, and guys, she's literally only playing 2D fighting games with this.
Flaws Blue finally got an update though, so some of the stuff is fixed, but the problems where it randomly lags and makes you restart your computer, I don't know about that yet.
Yeah, that happens. Unfortunately,
we need a patch. We need another patch. At least they gave a patch so you don't have to listen to me yelling in game anymore. Confratardus Maledictus whenever I play as Tsubaki.
Oh, good gracious. Okay, moving away from the video game talk, because that's a tangent that I know if I let you sit there.
I run Smite at highest graphics.
Yeah.
Just quickly going back to something, what was it like playing OS with a wireless mouse?
There actually wasn't that bad of delay time.
Oh man, you must have had a good wireless mouse. Cause
it was a $10 Logitech wireless mouse, but there was a slight delay time, but it was very unnoticeable.
I had an $80 Logitech wireless mouse, and it totally was noticeable. But then again, that was back when I was too dumb to know how to set mouse settings, and I didn't know
how to set mouse settings either at the time. Whatever settings it must have done, whatever it was worked, and I didn't have any delay with it.
So
I mean,
story.
like, well, I mean, it's like that really, really slight delay that's really unnoticeable unless you like really pay attention.
So is it like turning the frame limiter on from like 120 and noticing that there's still a slight delay on a 120 FPS limiter, and then you go to 240 and you're like, okay, there goes the delay?
Yeah.
Ah.
As long as I had the mouse, as long as with the wireless mouse, if I played on 120 FPS, you couldn't notice it.
Okay, well, moving on, I'm going to go ahead and let Deadbeat get in there, because we're going to work on your your reaction time, Deadbeat. This is something...
See, I can talk more than he does.
Yeah, this is something...
Why am I not your co-host, then?
Because Deadbeat's my manfu.
Wow, okay.
I'm a what now?
Deadbeat, get off of him. He's my man, waifu, not yours.
I don't like where this is going, so let's just continue.
Yeah, I just like giving Deadbeat shit. I did it last episode too. It's just to get a rise out. Yeah, it's just to get a rise out of you, cause like he's so quiet, man. You gotta get in there.
Until you call him your man wife, he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, you gotta get in there,
You two
man.
seemed like you were having a nice conversation. I didn't want to interrupt.
That's what you gotta do. You're the co-host. You gotta interrupt. Gotta move it forward.
Are we just like third wheeling Deadbeat?
We're kind of third wheeling Deadbeat just a little bit, but
it's okay.
He'll be all right.
I'll just sit over here and drink my drink.
Anyways, go ahead and keep the questions going there, Deadbeat, with number 5, if you would.
Yeah, have you considered trying any other game modes aside from off standard?
Let's get into this. For the first 2 weeks that I played Osu, I didn't have a mouse, so I played Catch the Beat. But considering back in 2010, there was, I think, like one Catch the Beat specific map. I don't know if it was ranked at this time, though, but most of the conversions over were super, super easy. So within 2 weeks of playing Catch the Beat, I was almost top 1,000. Then I got a mouse, I played standard. And then sometime in the summer of 2011, I got to like 1,600 in Taiko. But then never really got into it much more because the laptop keys felt really weird with Taiko. And I did play Mania when it first came out, but I was so much into being competitive with standard, I really never got into it. But I like when I played, it was so competitive in standard, I really never bothered to play the other difficulties like super seriously.
I actually remember playing, I think it was like CTB super seriously, but like I think it was about a year, and I think I was just outside the top 100 for like a month or so, and it was pissing me off so much.
Was that back when score ranking, or was that?
Oh
like,
yeah, oh
PP?
yeah. Like I think I was just outside it, and my friend was just inside it, and it was so annoying.
Shots fired.
Like
Back
every
when
time he
score
mentioned
ranking-
it, I just wanted to hit him.
Yeah, and the thing about score ranking is like you knew you could literally pass him if you could just get enough points. But
Oh yeah, but that was the problem.
I remember back during
I
like
couldn't.
I remember like even back during score ranking, the reason why I was even still so competitive to get good is because I'd always me and Donzai would always compete for ranks against each other. So it was both like not only trying to see like who could play like the most, because he would grind maps really hard with score ranking, but also like I'd do multis with him and we'd play in multis.
Man, I miss the score ranking.
that was back
I really
when
do.
playing multi could actually boost you up, because you could play a whole bunch of stuff you'd never played before, and that was all new score for you. And you were like, yay!
I kind of miss the old days where you just farm score like that. It was quite fun.
Well, those that are looking at all the updates that have been coming to OS and stuff like that as well, and keep an eye on all the dev stuff, have probably noticed something cool happening. I'm not going to go into too much detail on it, but like,
Bring back score ranking.
No, they're not going to bring back score ranking.
We did it,
Aww.
boys.
But yeah. Anyways, so the next question we have here is, have you taken
part in any World Cups?
Ah, yeah, there you go.
Well,
I'm
choking on my drink now.
Aggressiveness!
Oh god.
I played in Osu World Cup 2012, I think. Yeah, it was the one that was in like the end of 2012. That was the one I was in. And
that would have been one of the original ones, wouldn't it? Hosted by Luna?
I don't remember.
that
that was the year that all I know is that Derek was the team captain.
No, that was
Okay,
an
yeah, I
official
think that
one.
was before Lockhead.
That was the third Osu World Cup.
Oh no, then that one was Lockhead.
I think it was the third. Was it?
Yeah, it might have been.
That's-
I have my
Was
memory
it?
on old stuff.
I didn't play. Like, I got really sick around that time though, but I still like practiced. I still went to like a bunch of the practices they had, especially because. But sometimes I know some of the practices it was just like me, Sync, and Sapphire Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the practices that they were doing were during when I was at school.
Yeah.
So then after school, Sync would be like, "Want to practice?" I'm like, "Okay."
Okay,
There you
yeah,
go.
it was the third World Cup.
All right.
Like, Dead beats up on this stuff.
I literally just
forgot.
looked it up right now.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I would have looked it up, but I'm sitting here laying in my chair, well, like half laying in my chair, leaning on a glass bottle of tea and speaking words in like sideways into a microphone.
Well, there you go.
But yes, I
I
was
like
in
some
the...
of the people in this team actually. There was Sapphire, Ghost, Jerka-chan, and Sync in there as well.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't think Jaka never played though.
He
Oh,
was
really?
just there. No, he was just there for moral support.
He was there. I don't remember if he still played. I don't think he ever played though in the thing.
Just back up then, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I really didn't play mostly because I had bronchitis over those few weeks. So I was there and played one round. Like, well, I don't mean one round, like one of the games
Mm-hmm.
fully. Then I was there for another one, but you cut this if you want to. A certain person didn't want me playing that.
Yeah. And like we've gotten into that before, so I feel like we don't need to.
Yeah,
Get
let's not
into-
touch on that again.
Yeah, like we've gotten in that, but so our next question's kind of a double section here, and I'm gonna take this one. Have you thought about actually getting back into ranked play? Is there anything that would like make you want to come back to ranked play?
Well, as you may know, in like the middle of July, I came back, got 1,000 ranks, and then stopped.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I understand that, and a lot of people were kind of asking why. Because there for a while you were up there, you were in the top 100. You know.
I'm so good that I was able to quit twice.
Yeah. So it's like, what would possibly get you re-interested into ranked play? And there is some things that's at least got me interested in looking into ranked play. Again,
You tell me first what's got you interested in it.
I can't tell you.
No, you
It's
tell
a
me first.
I literally can't tell you. It's a secret.
Are you getting a robotic hand?
No, I literally can't tell you. It's a secret.
Why?
The robotic hand would be pretty cool though.
Yeah, but
You
that
should
would,
get a
just
robotic
be
hand, Zitra.
that would just be cheating, man.
Are you turning your arm into the Azure?
Oh god, no. Literally, there's hints all around the website and other places, but there's something that's going to be happening that is definitely going to make ranked play kind of fun. At least in my opinion.
Hold notes.
No. No, definitely not.
Yeah. So, what would get you back into
Yeah, what would
ranked
get
play,
you back
Kyonko?
in
If
ranked
people
play?
stop stalking me, that's the thing. Because I played so much, people would constantly stalk me to take my ranks, and there actually was somebody that was stalking my ranks that I knew was cheating. So me and one of my friends actually messaged this guy, and we said, and he said, if you keep taking her ranks, I'm actually going to report you for using hacks. Because somebody was hacking, somebody kept taking my ranks that was hacking at the time.
Yeah. And
What a
that's
pleasant person.
yeah, that's
I
not
also
great.
play a lot of other games though, so I don't want to dedicate everything to Osu and just like leave behind all my other games, because I'll play Smite for 5 hours at a time.
Well, that's true, but like, if there was something that sparked your interest, would you return? Would you come back and actively play a lot?
I don't really know. That's the thing.
And
It's
if
hard
not,
to say.
and if you're not interested in like making a full-on playback return, what keeps you coming back and logging into the game and talking with the people? Is it just the community, or is there something else?
I like being active in the community because it's like the only community I've been like successfully long-term in. Like all other communities I've been in, just like I don't really stay or don't really talk to people. Like, this is
You're just kind
the
of
much
there.
like one of the only communities I've made like a bunch of friends in. Deadbeat's my favorite.
Well, that's great.
Oh yeah.
But except for the deadbeat being your favorite part, but we can move on to that later. So the last question, I'm going to let Deadbeat go ahead and ask this, and then we'll get on to our community questions, everybody. So go ahead, Deadbeat. Take it away.
So yeah, aside from your attendance in the OS talk, have you thought about participating in any other community events?
What sort of community events?
Whatever people are hosting.
Whatever I'd be allowed to participate in. One of my friends, my friend Portal Life does the UK. He did like a UK competition, but he needed like US commentators or something. But he already had people.
I think isn't there a UK tournament going on at the moment?
Yeah, I forget if it was the UK one or I think he was doing like a national one and needed somebody from the US to commentate, but he already got people.
I know he was trying to do a 1v1 tournament. I don't know if that thing happened or not.
Maybe that was it. There was something he needed a US commentator for. I'm like, I'll do it. He was like, oh, I already have people.
Okay.
There's nothing else I can really get in on though, considering I'm not a moderator.
You don't have to be a moderator to get in on stuff. We've said this numerous times. Like, all you got to do is be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? I want to help. And if they're looking for help, and they're like, hey, okay, you can help me. And you're like, yeah, teamwork. But sometimes people are like...
I'd like to get involved with more stuff, but I just really don't know how, even though I've been around here for 4.5 years.
Yeah, you just gotta...
Or you could actually, instead of doing like the staff stuff, you could actually just participate in the event.
Mm-hmm.
I don't map, and I don't play. There goes everything.
Well, all you gotta do is play around and stuff like that, you know? But I think with you actively helping with the OS talk and stuff like that, you're taking part in certain events. It's just you need to get out there and try to do other stuff. But anyways... that is it for our written questions.
I'd like to judge for stuff, but...
You'd like to judge for stuff?
Yeah.
I don't see why you couldn't. You just need to, you know, like, speak your mind, but that really just depends on who's doing it. I wouldn't say going... and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, but I wouldn't say I'd go for any type of judging that has to do with mapping. You know, I would stick to stuff that's either play skill, because you're good at reading play skill and stuff like that, or like other competitions that aren't focused, heavy focused on like the mapping stuff, like competitions for idol, stuff like that. Art contests, you'd probably be okay with helping with stuff like that. But anyways,
I'd like to help judging stuff, but I don't like. They usually just want staff.
Alright, so we have 2 written questions right off the bat, and this time I'm actually going to take these written ones first, and then we'll actually have some speaking ones afterwards. And just, if you want to speak a question, just send a message to Winrar saying, I have a question. Then he'll send me a message and put you on the list. So the first one actually came from Rainy, and
hello, Rainy.
Yeah.
Even though you're not speaking.
Well, they probably could have speak, but they typed it, so we'll go with that for this one.
I said even though they're not speaking.
Yeah, they asked, since you were pretty high ranked, did spectators ever scare you? And if they did you ever grow out of it?
I didn't really care if people spectated me. Unless it was like when this group of 3 people were spectating me just to take my rank. And I insulted them all and they left. Otherwise, it never really mattered to me. I think the most spectators I had at one time was like 20, but it was mostly people off my friends list that had brought people.
I see.
I think I've ever had that many spectators.
We had like a spectator party, and like one of my friends was spectating me, and she brought Zalius to spectate me.
Oh wow.
That was
and then me and Zalius bonded over anime.
I remember one time I was just trying to play him. I don't like spectators at all.
But you're popular, so people just spectate you because you're popular.
Yeah, and it's not great, especially when somebody just types in house, "Hey everybody, spectate Z-Trot. He wants it," and then you get like 30 or 40 people watching you, and I don't like that at all. It makes me nervous, and then I'm just
wow, you're not even good, and you got more people to spectate you.
Yeah, well, thanks for calling me bad. You know, that's.
I didn't say you're bad. I just say you're not as good as me.
You know, you said you're not even good.
You're not as good as me.
No, you're bad. Anyways,
Sick burns.
I think I shared one like that.
Yeah.
I got Andrea to spectate me when I got a new mouse. Just because, like, when you get that mouse, like, your first few plays are just horrendous.
Yeah.
And people started falling on the Andrea specking someone. Let's spectate that guy as well.
Oh man.
And so they all started spectating me with this new mouse, just like missing everything.
You're just like, oh god, now they're gonna think I'm shit.
It's like, why are these
Deadbeat's the
people
best
here?
player ever.
Oh man. Alright, and our next...
Deadbeat has so much like hidden talent like boiling up inside of him and it's just waiting to be released.
It shall stay dormant forever.
Alright, and our next question
Makes
here
me sad.
comes from
Makes me
Drum,
happy.
and he writes, what is your favorite part of the OS Talk?
I like listening. That's the best part is just because there's so many like people that are it's like I'm not somebody that's like how did I say it? It's just because there's so many different people from so many of like different countries and they different like game modes they play and everybody just they have because nobody's the same. It's not like the interviews are like cut and paste onto everybody. Well, some of the questions might be.
Yeah.
But everybody just answers everything so much differently from one another. And especially with the group discussions, like I know the group of a lot.
The group of a lot.
Shut up!
The group of a lot.
Quick backstory on that. Normally we have groups of, when we have group discussions, we have 5. But on one of them we had like, I think it was like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
There was
tied
9
to count,
and
so I
then 2
just wrote
people
a lot.
left. There was 9 and then 2 people left, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't bother counting, so I just wrote a lot. So now
I also
the
like with the
discussion
talk.
just says group of a lot.
I also
Okay.
like with the talks because I get to help out, and then I feel like I finally get to be involved in the community.
Alright. Well, that's great to hear. And I appreciate that you think this is a good way to get involved with the community, because it is. It's a great way to get involved with the community. Speaking of the community, if you guys
Take
have
my
any more
position
questions...
and you die.
Yeah, if you take her position, apparently you die. But if anybody has any more questions for her, feel free to ask them. It looks like Winrar actually has his own questions, so I'm going to go ahead and let him speak because I know his microphone works. So yeah, you do that.
Okay, so my first question is, how least are your geese?
As legal as Rugal is, definitely.
Okay,
Why am I
and
not
then,
surprised?
alright, and, I'm gonna try to restate this question, because Zitra kind of, like, took it apart, but, you used to play Osu back a lot in the day, and you said you like to play the older maps with the low AR,
Yes.
and, like, if you came back today, would you still play the old map, like, the old mapping style, or would you try to be with, like, more, recent maps?
I can play the old style and the newer style, considering I could go immediately from playing something double time that makes it AR-10 to go back to playing AR-7 and not have any problems. Maybe it's just because I've played for such a long time, I can fluctuate between the ARs so easily. I know a lot of people that played during the transition period of when AR-9 became really popular in like the middle of 2012. I know people that played during that time, or anybody that's really new has a hard time transitioning back to playing slower ARs because they're so used to the high ARs, because pretty much everything now, either like the Insanes and extra diffs are mapped with really high ARs, or you do something with a low AR and put double time on it. But maybe it's just because of the period in which I started playing, and I played consistently through the switches to AR-9 and then when AR-10 became popular. Maybe it's just because I played through all those periods of ARs that I don't have as much of a problem with it.
I see. And also, okay, so that's all for me, but then Polar's question, I'll say it. He asked if you can say your version of Welcome to Oath and see you next time.
Hold on a second.
should be good.
Welcome to us. See you next time.
That is
alright,
probably
that was
going to be
great.
that's probably going to be the most replayed part of this entire interview. Just going to say
No.
that.
It's kind of sad in
No.
a way.
Somebody's gonna rip that. I guarantee it.
That's
Oh,
okay.
no, they don't have to. They won't
I
have
could
to.
scream
I'll
into
post it.
I could scream into the microphone so you have another set of screams.
No. No, we're good on that. We don't need a screamo. Welcome to O's.
The last thing we
shit.
need.
Just like
Yeah, actually-
screams of agony.
Oh damn.
I already got the recording of you saying that, so I'm set.
Okay. Anyways,
Okay.
So we're just looking for a bit more questions here. We still got a little bit of time to fill. So if anybody else has any questions for her, feel free to ask. And yes, you could also ask questions to either myself or Deadbeat. Winrar, unfortunately, this is your first time running ships, so you don't get to answer questions directed at you. Maybe next time. Oh wait, no, Kyonko's coming back
Maybe
next time.
year.
Maybe next
Yeah,
year.
maybe next time.
Take my position and you die.
Broseph, no, I'm not.
Rain has another question.
Okay.
I mean,
Um,
Rainy.
What are they sending them to you?
No, she just said it, or they just said it in chat.
Oh, okay. Were they doing it on text?
No, it just says I have a questorino again.
Oh, okay. Would you like to text it or would you like to speak it?
Yeah,
Text? Okay.
I'd very much appreciate if somebody asked me about Skullgirls.
Well, if this was called the Skullgirls Talk, you might actually get your wish there.
Kyonko featuring Skullgirls.
Okay. Anyways, then, feel free to ask your question, Rainy.
Sorry, I have the most boring interview.
No, you don't. And don't do that. No. Anyways, like Winrar said, shut up. He couldn't even say shut up. Alright, so Rainy asks, you were doodling like an hour ago, and they were wondering, what stuff do you draw?
I was drawing the emblem for my character Kalinka, and before that I was drawing butts.
Mm.
oh. Classy.
I don't
Yeah,
know, maybe that interests
incredibly
some
classy.
people. I was drawing butts, but I have the pen outline finished for Kalinka's emblem now, I guess. Like, I didn't know what to do for the middle, so I looked at a bunch of the emblems of the BlazBlue characters and like drew like random stuff from them in like the center of it, and now it's the lines for it are done. I like how it turned out. I've been recently liking how my stuff is turning out.
Well, that's good. I am so glad that I don't have text-to-speech enabled for these talks.
TeamSpeak doesn't have text-to-speech, does it?
It totally does. But like the way I'm talking about it would enable it for the talks, because I thought about doing it because I thought it might be funny, but the way, you know, like people like kind of just blast the chat, it probably would just sound way too jumbled for it to be okay. But like definitely one of these days I kind of want to get the text from these things and just copy and save the whole log and like make funny quotes from O's Talks in the text chat and just use like Microsoft Sam or something.
I have not used Microsoft Sam in so long.
All right, Polaris has a question. Polaris, would you like to speak that question?
I think it should be obligatory that he has to speak this question.
Okay, yes, he is going to speak it. So let's turn him on. Oh boy, how you doing?
Speak.
Hi, but my question is, do you play games on something like Battle.net, or do you prefer to stick to stuff like on Steam, such as, you know, Skullgirls and all that?
What's Battle.net?
Okay, never mind. That's like World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Hearthstone, Diablo, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I stuff
Okay.
on Steam, really. Like, let's see. What stuff have I been really playing now? Opening Steam? I mean, well, just opening my library. Skullgirls, definitely Skullgirls, always Skullgirls. BlazBlue Continuum Shift Extend, because that's almost becoming worth $30, the $30 I played for it. I finished Nekopara, good cat girl visual novel if you want to get up on
The
Get up on
uncensored
that.
version or the
Nekopara.
adult?
Oh,
Deadbeat, have you finished it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, Deadbeat needs to finish Nekopara. And then I've been playing
Nekopara.
and then I started playing Electronic Superjoy, because one of my friends bought me that. And then also, aside from stuff on Steam, I play Smite. If you want to add me, it's Kyonko Hizara. There's a capital K and a capital H, no spaces between Kyonko and Hizara. But get on and let's play some sieges together.
Unfortunately, I can't play with you since I live in Australia and I get like 260 ping, so
Yeah.
sadly that won't happen.
I play on the Australian servers with people and it's been fine for me.
Oh man, she just put you in a corner, dude. Now you gotta play.
I don't play Smite, I play Dota 2. So.
Oh yeah, there we go. Much better.
Oh man.
Dota 2 Master Race.
Well, thank you for answering my question.
League of Legends best race.
No.
All right. Okay.
I only like the lore of League. I couldn't get into the game, but I spent 3 hours the other day reading the lore.
Yeah, dude.
I don't like where this is going.
Drum,
Makes
we
me
could
unhappy.
totally off ramp this into. Hey, if the Peppy interview can go for like 15 minutes about talking about like
Ragnarok.
yeah, Ragnarok Online. Oh wow, I can't
And
believe I
and you and
remembered RO.
Cyclone with PSO.
Yeah, and me and Cyclone with Phantasy Star. I'm pretty sure we can go into tangents about Smite, League of Legends, and Dota 2.
No, just Smite and Dota 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, throw League of Legends under
Leaving
the bus.
you in the dust.
It's not worth mentioning.
Oh man.
If I'd play it if you were to play it with me, but I've just read a bunch on the lore.
I'd play it, but you get so mad so quick because if you like Smite, you can mess up a lot more in
The
Smite.
community is so toxic on League. That's why I don't want to get into it. That's why I've just read all the lore and decided I'm gonna marry Jinx.
Oh man. But yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, so
I also want to cosplay the Lolly.
Which one?
Annie.
Ah, okay. I was gonna say there's quite a few.
There's 2? What? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, well,
Who's the other Lolly you're thinking of?
Lulu. I mean,
Hey! Matt has a dog named Lulu, and whenever I go over to his house, I always call his dog League of Legends character.
I mean, yeah, they're yordles, but they're still basically like midgets, itty bitties. But anyways,
The chibis.
She's not a real lolly. Lulu's not a real lolly. Annie's the only lolly I need.
oh god. Anyways, all right, moving away from that tangent. If anybody else has any more questions,
Winrar needs to ask me another question. This doesn't
feel-
end till Winrar asks me another one. Deflux
Anyway,
it if you
thank
Okay,
you for
well-
the question, Polaris.
if you think it's inappropriate, then type it.
Yeah, thank
And
you for
we'll-
the
and we'll
question,
see.
Flowers. Sorry about waiting there for a little bit. But yeah, Deflux it. If you have a question that you feel that might not be okay, definitely send it by.
I would like if Winrar would ask me another question. Deflux it. That's a bit inappropriate.
Ah, damn.
That's a bit inappropriate. I don't think we should answer that here.
Yeah.
Maybe afterwards.
Yeah, definitely afterwards. We do stuff like that. Okay. Anyways, so we're
Winrar
getting-
needs to ask me another question.
Okay, Winrar.
Alright. So, what's your opinion on school girls? Like, how at school are the girls?
Oh boy.
Squiggly.
Squiggly.
Dude,
That
it's nice.
Really?
Squiggly,
Squiggly?
Squiggly sounds too. But although Squiggly's my favorite character, it sounds too close to a word that always makes me burst out crying and laughing.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it. It's all good.
You know what it is.
I know what it is.
Wiggly.
Polyflon's here. He should ask a question.
Yeah, let's get Lois and to ask something.
Yeah, because
Actually, I actually did have a question, but like, when I was like, nope.
ah.
Okay,
I
ask
didn't
it
even
now.
see your message until you closed out.
All right. Well, go ahead and ask that up, Lollyflan. Feel free.
I
to
forgot
direct
it.
Oh, you forgot
sorry.
it. Good job.
Well played.
No.
Yeah.
That's not great.
Don't worry, we got
Anyways,
time. I can remember.
Yeah, we've got
We
a
could
little bit
only.
of time
I'm
here.
sorry if this is gonna be super hard for you to edit.
It's gonna be super hard for me to edit, so I'm gonna make Deadbeat do it.
I'm
Cause
sorry.
that's what we do.
I'm sorry.
When going gets tough, we force the Deadbeat to do stuff.
I didn't mean to
And
make
then I
it
just
hard to
abandon
edit.
everything and play Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Deflux it. Leviathan is definitely he needs to be his own character in Skullgirls.
Deadbeat does stuff. Deadbeat needs an interview. No, Deadbeat his interview would be like, "Hey, hi, What's going on? Oh, not much. That would pretty much be the equivalent. We work together so much, there'd literally be nothing to talk about.
Oh, don't mind me. You guys keep talking. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so what was that?
Exactly. Anyways.
Yeah, what he said.
What?
Just talk about beards.
Yeah.
Yes, beards.
We should get open here and just have like the manly beard trio.
Oh god.
Can I be in between all these beards?
I think we need to cut. I think we need to cut it there with in between beards. But anyways, we're actually at like the 50-minute plus mark. So if you've remembered that question, Lollyflan, go ahead and do that because we're degrading fast. I think everybody wants to get to the questions that they don't feel that they could ask on air.
We're actually at 47 minutes. So.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. But
no pressure, Lollyflan.
I'm pretty sure everybody's like just wanting to get to the crazier questions.
Lollyflan, does it involve not all men?
No, it doesn't involve. It was actually host related. Oh,
okay.
Right. Okay, I remember. I remember now.
Go for it.
Did you ever try mouse only? And if you did, how good are it?
When I first played Osu, I did mouse only because I didn't know you could use the keys.
I think that's how everyone starts off. They didn't know
because
they could
nobody
use the
reads the
keyboard
options.
to click.
Nobody reads, indeed.
I totally knew that you could use the keys, but it felt weird. I felt like I had more control with the mouse clicks at first.
Lame.
I played like mouse only for like 3 years.
Dang.
It's okay. It's okay that Deadbeat did it. Not okay that you did it though.
Wow.
160 BPM streaming, go.
I could do 200 on a mouse only now.
Oh, this was just single clicking, by the way.
Yeah, but I alternate click now because I'm a boss.
Winrar is messaging me stuff and it's making me laugh.
All right.
Squiggly.
Well, anyways, though, I think we could wrap this.
I think it's time to go.
Yeah, are you okay with that, Kyonko? You okay with wrapping that up a little bit early?
I guess so. I don't want you to feel like it's too. Well, there's already going to be a bunch being cut though.
Well, it's not exactly has to be cut, because in all honesty, I've been like reviewing a lot of podcasts and stuff, and to believe it or not, some of the more viewed ones are the ones where they just kind of literally ramble about absolutely nothing for hours on end. But I don't want to be.
Add
like
me on
that
Steam.
kinda...
I'm Kyonko Hizara. We could play Skullgirls together.
Yeah, I don't.
Shameless advertiser.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that kind of. Yeah, I don't want to be like that kind of podcast where we're just all sitting there talking about absolutely nothing. I like that we kind of work these things out a little bit. We have set questions, so at least you're guaranteed.
I could go off on
minutes.
a tangent with you for like 10 hours.
I
Maybe
understand
we should
that.
End it.
Yeah, but like
And
the
I
thing
don't doubt that.
is like we have like a 30-minute. We have a 30-minute guaranteed quality mark, and then we open it to the community questions, and then usually we try to get about 20 to 30 minutes of that if possible. But during the community questions, and I love you, community. Don't think that I don't. But we all know that we downgrade our questions very rapidly because everybody wants to get. For some reason, I don't understand why, but for some reason, this talk seems to appropriate the non-appropriate kind of lines of questioning, and this is why we have to cut stuff sometimes.
You can ask me all the NSFW questions later.
And with that, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out today. We enjoyed it. This episode will be going up on YouTube later on in the week. Probably look for it in the next week or two. The Hayabusa one took a while as well. It's because I like to try to keep Talk Academy on the channel's release. Remember, Rhythm's only a click away, and we'll see you all real soon.
Hold up, one more thing.
Click,
You want to
click.
see someone on the OS Talk, either let myself or Z-Trot know, or post on the thread, and we will try and get that person, but we can't actually guarantee it.
Yes, and wait, Deadbeat, it's not a Sunday that day, is it? What day is that the big one's going down on? Like the retarded one?
Saturday?
Oh, Saturday.
31st is Saturday.
We're not saying
Saturday,
anything
31st.
we're not saying anything about it other than you'll really be sad if you're not here on Saturday.
Please get hyped.
Yes, get hyped. And our lovely assistant here, Kyonko, is going to be with us on Saturday as well.
It's really early though.
Yeah, it is definitely early.
I will say this right now, for those, it's a sneak peek, this will be the earliest, I think one of the earliest we've done, it will be at 1500 UTT at this point in time.
No,
Yes.
Smoogie Poo was the earliest we did. It was 4 a.m. here.
Yep.
Yeah, so
When we did
this one's at
Smoogie.
1500.
This is the second earliest.
Yeah, that'll be like 9 or 10 in the morning for you.
Yes.
Let me think. Okay, so like 1500 is 3, so that'd be 10 for me, I think.
Anyway, we'll see you all next time and have a good week.
Bye!
All right. Yep. Laters.
Click, click.